So today is Sunday, the February 18th. This is Journal 6. So this week I'm going to talk about, this journal, I'm going to talk about what courses I'm most excited about this semester. So I would say I'm most excited about the therapeutic rehab class because I don't know what it is, but I really do like designing rehab plans for athletes and trying to strengthen and see the progress. I really enjoy seeing the progress. So I think that that's what I enjoy most about it is seeing, one, making the plan, but two, seeing the progress. Progress is huge in rehab. So the next one is, what is my most challenging course so far? I would definitely say it's a tie between evaluation of upper extremities and exercise phys. Upper is hard for me because lower was hard. Lower was hard, but I still did well. I guess I think that it was hard because I still struggle to adapt to the size of the patient. I'm pretty small. I'm 5 foot, so I don't really have that much height to me, and I weigh about 120 pounds, so moving a dead leg, I guess, a relaxed, 220 linebacker leg is quite difficult for me, but I just adjust and find my way around it. With upper, I would say I struggle with the amount of tests there are for each, like special selective tissue tests, how many there are for each unit or, section of the body. Last semester with lower, I struggled with trying to differentiate what the tests were for. I struggle with trying to use the test to rule things in and rule things out. I really struggle with that. Now in upper, I just struggle with remembering some of the specific tests. I can do the ones that your list, the kind of like gold standard tests, the ones that you always do. I'm good at remembering those, but when it comes to those not working, I struggle with, figuring out which ones to do. I think that my brain works in a list, so if I'm doing an evaluation, I automatically start a list in my brain, and I feel like I have to go through all of them before I can go on to the next one, which isn't always the case. With exercise phys, it's hard because it's a different type of biology, but it helps with learning how athletes perform and how they perform that way. So I think that I struggle with that because it's not a hands-on class like our AT classes are. So I really am struggling with this class. I've tried to study a lot on days when I don't have that class to try to understand watch some content videos and stuff with. So the next one is, what strategies am I employing to help me succeed? So with upper, with their last practical on Thursday on the shoulder, I did the practical before the practical about 10 times in a different order every time, forgetting tests in some of them, doing other tests from cervical in some of them. But I think that varying the way that I complete the evaluation really helps me. Really helps me just kind of break the list cycle in my brain. And then for exercise phys, I've been reading the book a lot. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just listen to our professor talk and look at his PowerPoints, but I think that the book is a little bit more, I guess, toned down a little bit. It's a lot of content, but in the end you get the same thing out of it, so I've been trying to take notes out of that. Plus, for, like the muscle fibers and the sarcomere and the sarcolemma, I've been drawing that a lot. We already had a test on it, but I'm assuming his tests are going to be cumulative like his other ones because I've had him for other classes. So, how does my identified learning style influence your course success and study habits? So, I'm pretty timid in the classroom setting. I would say I learn by watching someone else do it. I learn by repetition. I learn by writing things down a lot, handwritten. So in upper, watching our professor do the test. In this chapter, we had to teach the class some of the special tests. I taught 4 or 5. That really helped me because I knew those from the first day of class. But doing the evaluation over and over again for the practical, repetition really helped me. Writing down the purpose of the special test and the positive and what that means really helped me over and over again. And then for exercise phys, it helps me to rewrite my notes over and over again. So my notes consist of the professor talking, the PowerPoint that is uploaded or used for class, and the textbook. So I have 3 different viewpoints. That really helps me. I write them. For last test, I probably rewrote them about 3 or 4 times. So I use a good amount of paper, but it does help me, and I save them forever in my AT binder to use as reference later, even though I'll keep my textbooks. But so I really think that does help me. We did a shoulder practical, as I told you last week. So I got, that I know of, 30 masteries, and I think it's like 16 attempts, which is good. So I'm a little close to halfway. I'm actually really close to halfway of what I need for my book, so that's great. But yeah, that's Journal 6.